Here's the 3 biggest mistakes real estate teams make and how to fix them.
Let's talk about that today on the Wandering But Not Lost podcast. Welcome to Wandering But Not Lost, your online source for finding balance so that you can align, connect, and prosper. And now your hosts, Jen O'Brien and Matt Emerson. Well, welcome everyone to the WBNL Wandering But Not Lost podcast, where we align, connect, and prosper. This is episode 336, and you can get all those show notes over at WBNLpodcast.com. 3, huh?
Yeah, 3 key ones. 3 key ones I see a lot of. And are we going to talk about the fact that we finally have quality comparison stuff with our video? Because yes, I broke down and went and got a new Mac, the Blue Mac. Yay. I got my Blue Mac. It's the latest version. My 13-year-old. Thank you very much. You're still working for me, Mac. However, thank you to the 2025 version of Mac.
And to that I say, fireworks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, honestly, it's amazing what this thing can do, and I'm so excited. And I'll go with that. Because why not?
Very good.
So if you're not a Mac user, man, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if Windows can do what Matt and I can do with our Macs now, but we're very fired up about how well we think the podcast, at least the visual, is going to come out. Absolutely. But let's get back to talking about teams today, right? And we do have, I want to, right at the top of the show, want to tell you that have this amazing checklist that's really in alignment with our training course, but it's completely free checklist that we're going to have to go with this particular podcast, episode 336. Matt will show you how to get that at the end. Definitely, if you're thinking of building a team or you're in the middle of building a team, this is going to walk you through the key areas of all the things you need to consider. Okay, and I'm going to cover 3 mistakes and how you can avoid them. And remember, we do have a free intro to team building, another free course. Again, very helpful if you're thinking about wanting to build a team. We recommend you start there, get our checklist, check that particular, I think there's 10 lessons in there where we really kind of walk through the pros and cons and the things you need to do. And then, of course, we have our signature team builder program. I don't think anybody has anything like it out there. We call it Real Estate Team Builder. And it's, Matt, just tell them a little bit about it and just go ahead and tell them up front where that all is too, and then I'll go through the mistakes.
Our Real Estate Team Builder program is over 12 hours of on-demand video. I think there's 110 or plus, over 110 documents in there as well. So it's built, the whole idea is to build it around building your foundations. So then you can build your team, and then you can actually train your team, and you can coach your team, and then you can actually thrive in your business. And then, you can sell your business and go off and retire on the beach.
Then maybe you can just be the CEO of your business and not be involved in the day-to-day and get some nice visual income stream. That's what I'm planning on doing. That's what I'm in the middle of doing.
That's right. So you can get our Real Estate Team Builder course over at WBNLcoaching.com. You go to our courses page, our courses tab right there at the top of the website. The other 2 things are over on our downloads page. So you can go and get the intro to team building and our Real Estate Team Builder checklist over on our download page at WBNLcoaching.com.
There it is. There's your stuff. Go get the free stuff.
Oh, wait, it's not quite there. Now until March 31st, we also have a 50% off frickin' Real Estate Team Builder. Are you kidding me? What is this, a joke? It's not even April yet. Here's the ironic thing. On April Fool's, that goes away because it's really, this is a joke. 50% off. Are you kidding me? So go to, when you're purchasing your Real Estate Team Builder course, when you're doing your checkout, the coupon code is RETB 50 off now, Jen. You can go.
There it is. So building a real estate team really should be the key to freedom, leverage, right? That's why most people will tell me they want to do it. Yep. So why are so many team leaders, why do they feel stuck or overwhelmed or frustrated? Well, the truth is, it's most teams fail not because they're not talented enough to figure out what to do, because they just don't have the right structure. They're jumping into it before they think it through. Like a lot of folks will go hire people and then realize, whoa, these people all need, really what they want is coaching, leadership, structure, systems. So you have to have that first. That's really what the basis of all of our coaching around real estate team building is about. Missing systems. So you've got to put the systems in place first. So let's walk through what the 3 biggest mistakes are and give you some advice on how to avoid them. And obviously you can get a lot of the how-to part either in our free course or purchase the whole full big 50% off team builder course. So mistake number one, no clear roles and responsibilities. Many teams operate with no job descriptions. And let me just back up one. Many teams jump into this without any kind of an idea of structure around what kind of team do they want to start.
That's right. So
there has to be some sense of that first before you go hire anybody to just, join your team. And I do have run into many people who've reached out to do coaching with me over the years. And I would say maybe 50% of my real estate coaching clients started a team, hired some people just to come on board, and then got frustrated and went looking for, they did it backwards. Then they went looking for help and found me, and then, kind of had to help them through that. Right. So very important to get clarity around that. And that's not just to hire anybody that comes along. That's a whole nother mistake on top of it as well, because just having bodies is never going to work out unless you happen to luck out and find the right person that matches your values and comes in and can really fit in and is going to clearly help you, right? Mm-hmm. Now, all this being said, no clear roles and responsibilities. I will say what I believe the most important first hire is an administrative assistant. Whether you hire a transaction coordinator to take some of the things off your plate as a real estate agent, then you hire someone to come in and help you with all the admin things, which if you're doing it all, if you're out making sales and you're the prospecting person and you're the lead generator and you're doing the day-to-day and you're doing the admin, it's manageable if you're just closing one, maybe two transactions a month perhaps. But once you start doing more, then I believe you're wasting time. So the one hire before maybe you're completely ready would be a right assistant, because a great assistant can also help you with putting your systems in place if you're not great at doing that, right?
Yep.
So I'm all good with that hire. But as you move forward beyond the assistant, you've got to get clear job descriptions. Who's doing what, which ties into what kind of team are you going to have? Are you going to hire buyer's agents and listing agents? Can they do both? Are you going to hire specialists for each area? This could be a specialty sort of team. And then be very, very clear about what you're going to do, what your assistant does, and then what your expectations are for agents, licensed people that join your team. Okay. So very important is clear understanding of roles and descriptions of what, and setting expectations. Okay. So that's how you avoid that problem. Number one, which is by having clear roles and responsibilities.
That even really pertinent, even if you're just two people. If you just have a partner,
Good point.
You still need to know what your roles and responsibilities are.
Great thing you're bringing up, because you and I have that. I have that with Cosmo.
Right.
We're super clear. We took our third year of working this closely together now as partners. We got a whole new level of clarity of a few key roles of where he takes the lead with lead gen and follow up. I take the lead with the admin. We do showings and all these other things together, but it's basically to our strengths. Right. He's better at that. He does not like the paperwork. I don't mind doing all that and using my checklist and making sure all the little things are handled. And, eventually we could have an admin assistant do that, but we decided to go with an assistant who helps us with our lead generation. And that was our first choice.
It's just so much more efficient when everyone stays in their lane.
Completely true. All right, completely true. So mistake number 2, lack of scalable lead generation and conversion systems. So if just your systems all along, if you're wanting to scale and bring people in, this is why I always say to people, you must put your business systems in place first. And honestly, I find most top agents who are just out there selling actually don't have business systems. Right. They don't have checklists. They don't have a scalable system where a buyer's agent or a listing agent or an agent who does both can plug into what you do. And here's why. Great salespeople just go out and sell. Yeah. And they don't like the system part of it. This is why you've either got to get it all out of your head and put it into a system. And I'll go back to number 1, hiring an assistant who can sit down and help you, hiring the right person. If you don't have the skill set to put systems in place because you don't like it, then you need to hire somebody who's good at that, good at organization, good at putting the operations procedures together and putting it all in place from the perspective of how you work with a buyer, how you work with the seller before, during, and after is the very first place to start. Then add what you do for lead generation and marketing, and then all the other things that you're going to do with your team. All of that needs to be in an SOP, a standard operating procedure, a team manual, a team operations manual, right? So even down to, I turn this into number 2 is lack of scalable lead gen, but I'm going to add to that all scalable systems. Yeah. Because that's what you're trying to do. And then if you decide later that you don't really want to do a team, you know what's happened when you do this step? You've got yourself organized, and you could then maybe bring in a smaller team or a smaller or a partner or somebody just to work with you, right?
Right.
So
it's the foundational work.
So I honestly think that is so key, right? So the right people, number 1, the roles and responsibilities are clearly defined. Number 2, you must have scalable lead gen and all other business systems to run your team. Okay. And that allows you to even go to, I met an agent the other day who is really he has a really amazing team concept. He's a Zillow Premier agent and he's in 4 different states, but he really is completely tied into the Zillow leads, but they've put their systems in place where everybody plugs in and this is how it works. And you have to really, if you're going to be a Zillow Premier agent, if you're not organized and you don't have ways to track all that and hire the right people, then you won't get the leads. Okay. So very, very powerful. So you can take this idea of, and a team can be anything you want it to be. Matt and I are a team. Cosmo and I are partners, and we have 4 people that are on our team. Nothing says that you have to have 100 people on your team or 20 people on your team. You can have a small group of people that are in alignment with you, or you can go big scale broker style team where you're thinking about creating a model and you have a hub that you put all these business systems in place and it's scalable and duplicatable, and then you can grow to other market areas, right?
And we've worked with all of those different team types, and they all have their own unique, idiosyncrasies, but you know what? The foundation is the key, right?
It's whatever you want it to be.
That's right.
And that's why you got to start with number 1, clear responsibilities, but you got to be clear about what's the goal of having the team? What do you ultimately want to do? I mean, I think for most people it is freedom, creating an exit strategy, ultimately earning additional income, not doing it on your own, but you have to be able to have all these things in place, because if you don't want to manage and coach people, then, team's probably not for you, unless here's a solution. You hire managers. Back to number 1, you hire a team manager, or maybe your admin is so strong they have leadership and management skills where they can help hold your buyer's agents and other team agents accountable, right? All right, let's finish up with mistake number 3. This one is huge, and we have a solution for you.
You do.
No agent onboarding or training program is mistake number 3. So I think a lot of team leaders and even brokers assume that they're hiring someone, unless they're hiring a brand new agent, they wouldn't make this assumption. But if they hire someone who's been out in the field a little while, that they believe that those people know what to do. I'm here to tell you, part of why somebody wants to join your team is they're struggling. They feel like, I want to be like you, and I need to be in an environment. I mean, people that want to join a team they are generally not rainmakers. Otherwise, they would be out and figuring it out, and they would become you. That's why I don't really think it's smart to hire someone who's just like you, because they may learn from you and then leave you, unless you have a team like our good friend Rich Brotkin was always looking for leaders, managers, because he had a team of teams, 10 team leaders who then managed 8 to 10 people on their team, which is a great model.
Super model.
Right? So I really do believe you need a 90 to 120 day onboarding program from the get-go to have people really understand the flow of what you want to do. We have the structure of that in our team builder program. You've just got to add, what you want to do to bring them on to your team. We have a checklist and stuff that will help you with that. Plus, if you don't have a training program we have a foundational training program that you can partner with us on. called the Real Estate Sales Builder Certification, right? We have, Matt, want to talk a little bit about that as we kind of...
It's another one of our courses that ties into our existing course of Real Estate Sales Builder, which is a full-blown training program that agents can use one-off. But we put this together for small brokers, or actually anybody that has people they want to train, and we actually train the trainer. So what we're doing in this course is teaching you how to actually train and implement our Real Estate Sales Builder course. So either you doing it yourself, or it gives you the model of how you can actually train somebody to go train your agents on how to do that. So all of that's in there. And then there's a whole marketing piece to it too that is included that gives you some tools to go out and actually recruit agents to your team, and using the Real Estate Sales Builder training program as kind of the hook to get them into your company.
And that is just super affordable. We have a couple ways that you can work with us on that. So just reach out and we'll do a consultation and walk you through how we can co-brand. You will get a licensed copy of our program, and then we have various ways that your team members can get our training, and then we show you how to really run it, or hire a trainer to do that, and they can go through the certification program. So we've got you covered, small brokers, teams, from how do you build your team. And even our Real Estate Team Builder program is great for someone who wants to just be their own broker. Be their own broker with the idea, we have several clients who are really the rainmaker, and they just don't want to be inside of another company. They want to be the broker and then hire people to work with them because they have their systems, or they need help setting their systems up. So we have a training program that you could use our training program for your training program, and then just customize it for your area. And we have the Real Estate Team Builder program, which tells you how to build a team from scratch, all the different variations of what kind of team, explaining what they are, how to hire the right people for your team, walk you through everything, where to find people, ads, how do you interview them. We've even got job descriptions. Yeah. We get into how to put your systems in place so the systems you create can be scalable to be plug and play for your team. I mean, we cover, working with agents, coaching agents, all the whole 9 yards. That's what the Team Builder program is all about. And then how to create your exit strategy. So we encourage you to go check all that stuff out. If you're really considering building a team, doesn't matter what size, we have the tools to help you. And if you just want to get started with seeing his team for you, then definitely get our checklist. Let's end on that. In fact, I want to show the checklist.
Yeah, let's show it.
This is the checklist, and it just basically walks you through, and there's a little space for you to be interactive with this. So the very first section is team foundation and structure, right? Here, hold on, Matt. I'm sorry. I basically need to scroll through this so that...
Yes, you're the scroller.
I'm the scroller. So basically defining your model, the definition of the 4 key things that we're looking at, what we talked about today, team roles and responsibilities, team compensation. Obviously, you've got to get clear about what the splits and stuff you're going to do. And then we've got some questions in there and some spaces for you to kind of use this as an interactive worksheet. The section 2 is on recruiting and onboarding. Who's your ideal agent? Do you have a 30, 60, 90-day success plan for people to onboard with you? What kind of resources are you going to have for your agents? And then again, areas for you to go in and go, what are you looking for in people? These are all exercises you need to do so it'll work and you'll go find the right folks. What are your expectations? What kind of training and onboarding resources do you already have? Do you need to partner with us? You can reach out and get that information. Number 3 is lead gen and business growth. So here's where we've got, what are your lead sources? How are you holding your folks accountable and so forth? Then down to team systems and operations, where I was talking as well today, from transaction to implementing tech and automation, all the various business systems that you have to have in place. And then marketing and brand. This is our we don't have the final version of this, but you'll download it, and there'll be a link to what we talked about last week. We have a really powerful real estate, AI-powered real estate success toolkit, because if you want to get help with your social media content and helping your agents do that, then we've already got the plug and play, grab our AI prompts and use it to help you in not just social media and a ton of things to run your business. And then coaching and accountability. All right. So we've got it all right there to help you. And grab it, and there'll be information in that download that'll tell you how to go get our free stuff, our free course, our certification course, for our training program and, of course, our team builder program. That's it.
Great value in that checklist. My gosh, it's huge.
It is, and it's basically everything that's in that checklist is the things that we cover in our training program. So if you read it and you're like, well, how do I do this? That's why you'd want to come back.
It's a little bit like the Cliff Notes to real estate team.
But it will help you right away to get you thinking about the areas you got to cover to have a successful team and a profitable team and a team where you have fun and you don't feel frustrated and overwhelmed, which is the whole point of this episode today. Don't make the mistakes others before you have. Do it the right way.
That's awesome. And you can get that checklist over at WBNLcoaching.com/downloads over on the website, or just go to WBNLcoaching.com. There's a big old huge, or there will be a big old huge little call out for that right there on the homepage as well. So
there you go.
And let me say this one more time. Don't forget this outrageously good price for Real Estate Team Builder, which goes all the way through the end of this month. We did a first quarter sale here, or bonus that you can get 50% off our Real Estate Team Builder course. So for that, go over to WBNLcoaching.com as well. Use a coupon code RETB50 off. You can learn a lot more about Real Estate Team Builder over there on our site under the Brokers tab as well. What else, Jana Brand? That it?
That's it.
Oh, hearts for the day. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I love
awesome. All right, everyone. If you want more information about this episode, go over to WBNLpodcast.com. This was episode 336. And until next week, get out there and align, connect, and prosper.
Sorry, I'm playing with my reaction emojis.
And play with your Mac.
All right.
Not a sponsor.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.